Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome indeed. Andreas certainly isn't, because last time we were about to be cut off to try to figure out who murdered Otto. So let's see how that plays out, I suppose. Probably not well. I don't think we did well investigating yesterday. We did come up with a couple of suspects, but yeah, I'm not really sure. So yesterday I guess I could stay awake and investigate some more, but that wouldn't be fair just because yesterday we already went to sleep, etc. So I'll just get straight into it. But yeah, so we got Hannah, the wife of the innkeeper, who hated Otto. And then we have Muller, I believe, the miller. Muller the miller, yes. Who also hated Otto, apparently. So, couple of good suspects. I don't think it's the miller, because he was with the inventor and the doctor, which would have noticed if he went out to, you know, murder. So, I don't know, maybe the innkeeper's wife. I don't think it's Martin. I think Martin's a crook, but he's not a murderer. Judging by, you know, previous actions, but who knows? We didn't investigate him enough anyway yesterday, so not really an option. Anyway. Andreas, get up! Wake your boy, too. Peter, what are you all doing here? We're getting you. You're needed in the commons. Let's go! We'll be asking the questions, Mahler. I still don't know if that's Mahler or Mailer. I'm still gonna go Mahler. Alright, we'll get dressed and be along. Casper, wake up. Master Andreas? What's going on? It's the middle of the night. Something's happening in the commons, Peter. Peter and the other ones are there. Will we be alright, Master Andreas? Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to you. We'll be fine. Why do I feel like something's gonna happen to Casper? Like they're gonna say like, oh, the boy was in the forest, so it could have been him. Alright, now that everyone's here, we can start. Start what? We're holding a trial for Otto's murderer. You're the one with the evidence. Are you mad? What about the law? We should wait for a judge, not do this ourselves. We don't have the time, Mahler. While we have the abbot, we can find justice on our own terms. If we lose this advantage, Father Journo will make sure no one ever investigates Otto's death. Well, what have you found? We're all waiting. Hold on, I've barely had a day to investigate. I can hardly come to a conclusion so soon. Answer the man! Please, Andreas, give us the killer! Well, you better fucking decide, Mahler, or you can watch the damned abbey go up in flames. Be quiet! I have a woman in labor right next door. This behavior is shameful. If she loses her child because of this fighting, it'll be on your souls. Agnes is right. I know you want justice for my husband, for your friend, but I don't want things to get worse than they already are. Please, Dad, give Andreas a little more time. Fine. Andreas, you've got until that baby is born. After that, we'll claim our justice. Work fast, Mahler. Is the right decision. Fucking hell, that's ups and downs. Oh, hello. That's the colors of the Bavarian, the Duchy of Bavaria, so... Well, soldiers are coming. Good evening. Is it customary in Tassing that the people gather in the commons in the middle of the night? We do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. Who's asking? My name is Tristan von Frauenberg. I'm here on behalf of the Duke of Bavaria. The Duke is aware that you have been distributing and discussing the 12 articles. He is also aware that you have been disputing condition of taxation and land use with the Abbot of Kiersau. The Duke is merciful. He does not seek to punish Tassing for these disputes. But his mercy has limits. The Duke has become aware that you have imprisoned the abbot and monks of Kiersau within the abbey. This is insult. This is rebellion. For this, there can be neither tolerance nor mercy. You have until sunset tomorrow to vacate Kiersau Abbey and release the abbot and all monks. If this is not done, the Duke's soldier will enter the town and the abbey in force. As certain as night follow day, they will kill every man and boy who stands in their way. What? We never wanted to threaten the abbot, sir. He wouldn't listen to our demands. We're starving. Such efforts were necessary since the townsfolk are also suffering under the abbot's increased taxes. The Duke is aware of the town's complaints and finds some merit in them. He believes some concession can be made regarding the death tax and use of the forest for wood. Of course, only under the strict condition that the abbot is released unharmed. And what do the peasants get? What about our taxes? What about the right to use the woods for grazing, for fishing? The Duke is unwilling to make additional concessions. You can release the abbot and take what is offered, or you can remain defiant and face the consequences. It will yield you little save steel and fire. Sunset tomorrow. And what do you suppose he would have done if, you know, the people don't gather out here at midnight? Fuck. Okay, so priority number one, I think. Sorry, Otto, but I think priority number one is to make sure the town doesn't get razed. Because that's not gonna do anyone any good. So, yeah, that first. I think Hannah is her name. Yeah, Hannah is still prime suspect for Otto. I don't think Lenhart did it. I don't know if Lenhart knows anything about it, but we'll see. Hello, Master Mahler. Anything I can do for you? No, nothing. Sorry to bother you. Okay, well, we already failed the speech check against her, so... So I think now we're at a crossroads. We can either investigate Nico, have you heard anyone in here talking about Otto's murder? Not just talking about it, but, you know. Yeah, you know. Exactly. Like they had something to do with it? Oh no, I think I'd remember something like that. Then again, I try not to eavesdrop on conversation. I don't want to get yelled at, or worse. But maybe you could find more luck talking to people. Beer always tends to loosen people's lips. Buy around for everyone and you can have the run of the place. You'll be here a while though. Okay, so let's consider our options. We can either try to investigate Martin. We can buy around for everyone. We can listen to the confessions. So yeah, we can either try the Golden Hand, we can ask Lenhart, or we could listen to the confessions. And I'm confused. I don't think these people had anything to do with it, although they might know. Might have heard something. The thing is, like, we're... Can I see the clock? I don't think I can I? So we only have morning, like, well, this work period right now, work hours, and then we have, call it lunch, and then maybe the afternoon. So, I don't know. This must be the labyrinth the church is named after. Interesting. That's the labyrinth in my dreams. Father Thomas? Andreas, I don't suppose you've come for our local St. John's Day confession? I have to give priority for the locals, of course, but if you want to wait a few hours, I can hear you. You don't have to, of course, but I would be remiss if I didn't offer. Not right now, Father, but thank you. What are you doing here? Andreas, enjoy the bonfire. Up until the murder, I suppose. They only seem to happen when you are here. What are you doing back here anyway? I came to pay my respects to Brother Piero. Why? He can't hear you, he's gone. For my own sake, I suppose. Alright, I understand that. Stupid, but I understand it. Can't imagine why anyone would come to Tassing unless they were desperate. Do you work for Father Thomas? Work for? I'm his slave! I clean this damp church and keep his house so I have a roof over my head. Around the time the Baron was murdered, I lost my home. That bastard the abbot took it from me. Now I have to rely on the charity of the church. I hate the church as much as the abbey. I wish there were a hell so I could send a lot of these holy men there. I'm surprised Father Thomas lets you... I'm just gonna say I understand. You don't. You can't. No matter. Do you know anything about Otto's murder? No, why would I? And why do you care? I'm just asking. You never know who might have heard or seen something. Well, I haven't. Are we done? Yes, until later. Fine. I don't think it's Lenhart. I genuinely don't think it's Lenhart. It's a bit too... You know... It's a bit too improbable for me while he was under the watch of two people. He might know something, it's just about... You know, is his info gonna be valuable enough? And can we, like, pursue the lead enough with the time that we have left? I think possibly the quickest is gonna be eavesdropping on the confessions, but unless we know who went in there and whatnot, like, what's that gonna help? Like, even if someone said, like, forgive me, I've committed this, you know, murder or whatever. But I think that's our best lead. I don't know if the Traveler's gonna... I think the Travelers might hear something about Hannah. But again, I don't know how far of that we can pursue, because we already finished the thing with Hannah. The speech check. And we probably needed to know stuff from the Travelers for that speech check, so... I don't know, I think I'm gonna try the confessions. If anything, just to see what the people in town got up to. If you change your mind about confessing, there's still time. Yes, Father, I'd like to confess when you're done with the other. Oh, good. It may take a while to get through everyone, but you're welcome to stay and pray. Bless you. Dominus sit vobiscum. The Lord be with you. I confess to God and Blessed Mary, ever Virgin, to Blessed Michael the Archangel, and Blessed John the Baptist, and to the Holy Apostles Peter and Paul to be blessed. Yeah, that word. Caspian, Blaise Juvenal, on the saints, Father, through my fault. Through my fault. Through my fault. What is it you have come to confess, Paul? I disobeyed my father and go down to the ruins to draw. How many times? 3. You must have known it was wrong every time. Why did you keep doing it? I don't know, I just think it's a stupid rule. He's right, it is stupid. You're not wrong. Is there anything else, Paul? I had impure thoughts about a girl. How many times? I don't think I can remember a lot. Yeah, that tends to happen at that age. Alright, anything else? Well, Father, I need to say it quietly. That's fine, Paul. Casper, go light a candle. I saw my father with a woman at the ruins. They were having carnal relations. That's a serious matter, Paul, but you're not here to tell me the sins of others. If they want to confess, they know where to find me. Alright, father. So that's Lenhart and Hannah. Obey your father, avoid the temptation to think about girls. God wants us to live in harmony with our family. You cannot be in harmony if you are disobedient to your parents. And if you find yourself thinking about girls, pray to the Blessed Virgin for strength. Yes, father. Father Thomas, what is it, Val? Are we going to be alright? I mean, the soldiers. I don't know what's going to happen, Paul, but I do know that we are saved. Trust in that. Trust in God. Alright, I will, Father. For your penance, say 5 Hail Marys and 2 Our Fathers. Yes, Father. A whole lot of Latin. May our Lord absolve you, and I, by his authority, absolve you from every bond of excommunication and interdict in as much I am able and you require. More Latin. Thereupon I absolve you from the sins in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. What did he say? Paul saw his father with a woman at the Roman ruins. Well, we saw him there with Hannah. So yeah. That's right, we did. What have you come to confess? Oh, look. Casper's got a fan. Well, father, I argued with my husband about his support of the peasants. Ulrich is the head of your household, but it's not sinful for you to disagree about things. It's a serious matter. The peasants are trying to change the way things have always been. When people try to change a place's way of life, they are playing with fire, with sin. Is Ulrich's soul in danger? I know Ulrich is a good Christian, but I worry that the peasants will become violent. I thought Otto's death might shock the peasants into abandoning their cause, but it only inflamed them. Oh god, poor Otto. Master Andreas, do you think Gret could have killed Otto? She loves her husband, but I don't think she'd kill Otto. Well, you know her better than I do. Shh, it's alright, Gret. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. I'm here to listen to your confessions. Oh no, father. Thank you, I appreciate it. Of course. Now remember what I said about the differences between disagreeing and disobeying. Yes, father. God wants our families to be in harmony, but there is room for disagreement, especially on something so important. Now, for your penance, say 2 Hail Marys and Our Father, and an Our Father. Thank you, father, I will. More Latin. That wasn't helpful at all. Is anyone going to confess something good? God willing. What have you come to confess, Anna? This will be a waste of time. Maybe, maybe not. Father, I stole things from people during St. John's Eve. How did you do that? I waited until the bonfire and then I went out and just took things when people weren't looking. It's a serious sin, Anna. What did you steal and from whom? My hat! Years ago! A candle from Agnes's house. I also took a cup from Johann Bauer's house. I like how Casper was checking his bag. And a letter from Martin Bauer's house. Ooh. A letter? Why, I haven't even taught you to read yet. I don't know, it just looked fancy and the ink was a pretty color. See, this is dumb, that's... Say nothing. Well, Anna, you have to return them, all of them, and you have to apologize to the people you stole them from. Apologize? Can't I return them to them in secret? They probably don't even know they're gone. No, and if you keep this up, you're going to wind up like Martin Bauer did. Martin found God and his family again, but not every wayward child's story ends as happily as that of the prodigal son. I'm sorry, father. Apologize to God and the people you stole from. Yes, Father. As additional penance, say 5 Hail Marys and 5 Our Fathers. Yes, Father. And more Latin. Is that really how it works? You just get told to like say some prayers and that's it. Like that's your sin gone. And also, I bet you these like a lot of priests just gossip about what they hear in confession. Vows be damned. What have you come to confess? You were just here for Easter. Don't tell me that. Well, Father, I laid with my late brother's wife on St. John's Eve. Fucking hell. But what? It happens. This is the 3rd year in a row. Does it happen every year? The answer is self-evident. Father, please keep your voice down. I can't hear them, can you? I'll go light a candle, why not? Casper's already made his turn. 3 times in 3 years, Joanne. I don't mean it for it to happen, Father. We just get carried away by St. John's bonfire. Don't you bring St. John into this. Sorry, Father. This has to stop. Johann. God's forgiveness is limitless, but you must truly repent for your sin. I don't know what's in your heart, but He does. If you do not recognize the sin in yourself, you're as far from salvation as we are from Jerusalem. Yes, Father. For penance, say 5 decades of Hail Marys and don't forget Our Fathers. 5? That will take forever, Father. You'll burn in the fires of hell forever if you don't stop this, Johann Bauer. Alright, I understand. Thank you, Father. Oh, and Father, I can't spare confession Fennec right now, I'm sorry. It's alright, Johann, you don't need to give me anything. It's more important to help your family right now. Thank you, Father. Oh, Father, if I die, I mean, if the soldiers, kill me. Yes? Will I go to hell? I don't know, Johann. Please don't let it come to that for everyone's sake. I'll do what I can, Father. It appears Johann has done this before a couple times. Did he say anything about the murder? No, unfortunately. Sorry, Master Andreas. Maybe the next one will go better. Is it gonna be Endres? Nope. Andreas, it's your turn. Alright, Father. Just wait here, Casper. Yeah, that's the like the act casual pose. That's like the pose you take when you wait for when you're going out with somebody and then like they're going to the bathrooms and whatnot, at the toilet, and you just have to wait outside, like at a mall or something. I mean, would you mind if we moved right to the confession part, Father? It's been a long day. I think God will understand, but make it a good confession. Now then, what would you like to confess, Andreas? I could start with the brothels and the drinking, I suppose. Are you still at it, Andreas? It's an empty life, and it puts your head and your heart so far from God. Perhaps it is in my nature, Father. It's in man's nature to sin, but Christ gave us a path to redemption. In Krakow, my path always led me towards the town hall and the brothels around them. So many large cities seems to be turning into dens of iniquity. They have cast off the customs and traditions of their forefathers, to say nothing of their observance of God's law. Why do you persist in patronizing these places? Well, Father, it's fun. Andreas, these pleasures of the flesh in which you indulge, they are leaving you spiritually indignant. I am lost, Father. You must not lose hope, Andreas. Look for God in your heart and you will find Him. It grieves me to hear that you are in pain, and this pain is leading you to error. I cannot know what course will lead you to happiness, but God does. When you return to Nuremberg, seek counsel from your wife and from your priest. Yes, Father. For penance, say 3 Hail Marys and 2 Our Fathers. And when you feel despair, remember that hopelessness is among the gravest sins against God. It offends God because no matter how dire things may seem, there's always salvation through Christ's sacrifice. Yes, Father. God bless you, Andreas. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to prepare for dinner. Is it Vespers already? Well, I may as well do my penance now. Casper's just fallen asleep. I think it's 3 Hail Marys and 2 whatchamacallits, right? Very good. I hope Casper isn't too bored waiting. Casper! Wake up! Andreas! Sister Amelie, are you alright? I'm fine. My body pains me, but my spirit soars. I suppose the spirit is the more important part. Always. You were listening to their confessions, weren't you? Were you? I don't listen, but sometimes I hear. Did you hear something we missed? It sounded like a waste of time to me. Not today, but I did hear someone else confessing in here the other day. Brother Guy came here to confess to Father Thomas. Oh, right, after he was talking to us. Interesting. Brother Guy wanted to confess to Father Thomas for 2 reasons. First, he was confessing about stealing money from the Abbey, of course. Unsurprising. Second, he knew Father Thomas was becoming suspicious of his role in managing the Abbey's money. If Brother Guy confessed to him, Father Thomas would be bound to secrecy by the seal of confession. Brother Guy has very few scruples. He also said Otto Zimmerman confronted him about the Abbey's finances when he was doing repairs. Otto saw Brother Guy writing in the Abbey's ledger and he demanded to see it. Otto said he'd prove the Abbey was hoarding money, not one way or another. That doesn't sound good. It sounds like Guy had motive to see Otto dead. Why are you telling us this, Sister Amelie? I am just a woman, dead to the world, abiding in this cell, but I still have the eyes that see and ears that hear. Brother Guy has abused the trust of Father Journo and the Father Thomas both. I'm starting to think that might be Brother Guy, but you know, we've gone too far now. He's Brother Guy for all I care. And in so doing, he has profaned the sacrament of confession to shield himself from justice. This is the least I could do. Thank you, sister. I must pray now. God be with you both. Well, what should we do now, Master? We need to find that ledger and evidence of Guy's misdeeds. Because if Otto forced the abbot to review their ledger, the abbot would realize that Guy was stealing money from the abbey. Exactly. He had motive to silence Otto permanently. We just have to search the abbey until we find it. It's possible some of the brothers and sisters may be able to assist us as well. Well, that's a new lead, at least. And honestly, I'm not so conflicted about sending in Brother Guy. He's always a bit of a shifty character. I don't know if he'll murder, but motive is certainly there. Where would the ledger be kept is the issue. Scriptorium, maybe? Probably not, because, you know, Scriptorium is about to be closed. I don't think it's gonna be in the church. Carl? Peter's ordered everyone to keep out of the library, including you, Andreas. Well, I can use the secret passage, so... Oh no, the peasants looted everything in here too. Cyborium, a cup or other vessel for the Holy Host to sit within before and after the Eucharist, typically made of precious metals. The tabernacle holds the Holy Host in a locked and secure box between services of the Eucharist, the God's holy place. Of course they did. The sacristy is just piles of gold in the shapes of crosses and candlesticks. We should still look around to see if anything is left. I don't see anything, Master. Me neither. Oh look, a journal! It might be Guy's ledger. Let's take a look. I don't understand any of this. Let me take a look at these entries. The Abbey's income, mostly donations from pilgrims. It's not much. These are the Abbey's expenses. Some of these numbers are awfully high. Wait a minute, I think I see now. Guy's using double bookkeeping, a difficult type of counting to understand. The Abbey is struggling to make ends meet, but the account seems to balance out. What's double bookkeeping? Any accounting people in the house? Oh, this page is not part of the ledger. It's just a sheet of parchment with a few notes, but why is it tucked away in this ledger like this? I should hang on to this just in case something doesn't feel right. Maybe we could go to the Sister Illuminata or something, ask if she could read it. It's Brother Guy's old desk. Why are there still supplies here? Mostly writing tools and parchments inside, except... But wait, what's this? Are those lemons and a penknife? Lemon juice can be used as disappearing ink. I wonder if Guy's hidden anything on that bit of parchments we found in the ledger. I'll use the candle on his desk to check. If we hold the page above the fire, we might just find something. Oh yes, we find something alright. It's not gonna burn, is it? This is tense, man. I don't want to burn this. I don't know how to do this properly without, like... Okay, there we go. We did it. Oh my, guy was stealing from the Abbey. In March alone, he stole almost 7 florins worth of funds. That's as much as my father makes in months. He's sending it to the account of an Augsburger man who is depositing it with the Fuggers. A prominent extreme wealthy banking family in Augsburg. They held business interests throughout the free imperial cities and a monopoly in the European copper market. Lovely people, I'm sure. If Otto knew about this, Guy would certainly have motivation to silence him. At the very least, it's evidence we can use to show Guy was sending skimmed money to a proxy account in Augsburg. Very good. How about the dormitory? Anything interesting in the... I don't think they keep personal effects, do they? So maybe not. Well, that's something at least. I have a sidekick. More like... Well, an apprentice technically, but I don't think we've done much to further his apprenticeship. Margaret Prioress House. Let's see if Illuminata can offer us any... Sister? Or mother, I guess? Andreas. Good. I was hoping you would come by. Hello, Mother Illuminata. Did you need me for something? Yes, though I was hesitant to distract you from your investigation, and I do not often leave the confines of Kyrsa even in the best of times. Which these are decidedly not. I'll help in any way I can. God bless you. As our brothers are trapped in the library, it is unlikely they have received any nourishment. You need me to bring them food. The peasants are unruly. I need you to guide the sisters past them, through the crypt and up to the brothers. Yes, the secret entrance to the library. I see you remember it well enough. Good thing the peasants haven't found it. The sisters will say it needs to be tended to after all the mayhem that transpired there. Escort them and the food to the brothers in the library and return when you are finished. Are you sure this is a good idea? I cannot predict how long the brothers will be trapped in that library. This is the least I can do. Sure, I'm ready. Good. Sister Gertrude and Sister Matilda will go with you now. My god, this place is something. It disappeared way too quick. I don't know about this. Hey, no one is supposed to be in the church. What are you doing here? Take it easy, Carl. The sisters are just trying to do their jobs. What are you talking about? We need to clean the crypt and say prayers for the abbots and abbesses? Buried there. Assuming you haven't looted all their tombs as well. Hey, that's not a... I mean, Peter told me not to let anyone in the church. First storming the monastery and now stopping the sisters from doing their ordained duty. Are you trying to put your soul at risk, Carl? That's not fair, Andreas. You know the abbot is putting us all at risk by keeping the holy relic from us. You forget that the Lord instructs us to turn the other cheek? Would you really harm the sisters like this? I would never. I mean, Alright. Just down to the crypt and back. God bless you, Carl. Thank you, Andreas. Quickly, this way, we don't have much time. Brothers! Sister Gertrude? Sister Matilda? What are you doing here? How did you get past the peasants? Andreas helped us, father. Mother Illuminata thought you might be hungry and Andreas agreed to bring us here. Oh, praise God. We were starving. Bless you, sister. Shut up, guy. Oh yeah, he's print now. Sisters, what's going on outside? We've seen little and heard less since we've been here. Master Mahler ought to explain. We've seen little firsthand from the convent. Everything's under control, mostly. Come, let's eat and we will explain everything. Father, will you lead us in prayer? What? Of course not. Thank you for the meal, sisters, but we must keep to custom. Don't be such an ass. This is a very strange circumstance, father. We do need to keep Carl thinking we're cleaning the crypt after all. Oh, I don't think... Oh, fine, but only for the sister's safety, and only this once. I like how even in prayers he has typos. And he looks panicked and what? It is good to see some friendly faces. Thank you for blessing us with this meal, sisters. I'm sure it will restore our strength and vigor. Excuse me. These old bones don't have any figure left, and a meal probably won't help. Being stuck in the drafty library isn't doing any good either. I don't think you've ever had any figure, old man. Ha! I'm sure you won't have to remain here long. Andreas was very helpful in getting us past the watchman, Peter said. I'm just glad I could help. Your kindness is appreciated, Andreas. Thank you. How long will How long will we be stuck in this drafty old tower? I need Sister Gertrude's medicines. Don't worry, Brother Edok. I'm sure I can deliver them. Have you found any evidence as to who really killed Otto, Andreas? Well, I do have some suspicions, but I can't confirm anything yet. Good God, Andreas, what are you doing here? You must convince them it wasn't me. I'm doing my best, Father. Please have patience. It's not your neck that's on the line, Mahler. Good point, but still. Come, Father, eat a bit. I found a good meal settles nerves as well as any medicine. There was an awful lot of crashing last night. Was anyone hurt? No, but there will be some holy hangovers tomorrow. They defiled the sacristy. Sacrilege. Oh no. Oh, may God repay them their due. Brother Matthew, calm yourself. I mean, that's one way to receive the sacrament. Andreas, please! This is the body and blood of Christ they've abused. Brother Matthew, please! Even your no. Apologies, Father Abbot. So, Andreas, do you have any idea who the real killer might be? Funny of you to say. It's too early to tell yet. Ah, of course. Well, I think I saw the murderer running away that night. I could be very helpful in your investigation. What do you think you saw, brother guy? They were wearing a festival costume. Yes, I saw that. I think. So it can't have been one of the brothers, then, obviously. And dark hair, too. Definitely not one of the brothers. That's what I saw. By God, I swear it. Thank you, brother guy. I'm sure Andreas will take that into consideration. Well, it is good to see you all safe and well. I'm sure Andreas will have all of this fixed soon. You're placing an awful lot of faith in me for someone who got the prior killed. Thank you for allowing us to share a meal with the brothers, Father Abbot. Brother Wojslav, it is good to see you're well, Matilda. She is a sister, Brother Wojslav. Yes, I'm glad to see you are well, Sister Beko. May you go with God. And you as well, brother. Detention? Please thank Mother Illuminata, Sister Gertrude. And Andreas, we're relying on you. Please hurry on your investigation. I'll be as thorough as I can, Father. Come, Andreas. We'd better get back before Carl gets suspicious. You too, Casper. We'll see you soon, Father, if all goes well. Quickly now, back to the crypt. We're just leaving this place like this? Oh dear, we don't have time to clean it. We'll have to hope they don't come back down here. Finally! How long does cleaning an old crypt take anyway? That was ages! Well, what do you expect? You and your ransacking friends have been making a mess of it all night. Whatever, whatever. We're supposed to switch posts soon. Hurry up and get lost. Thank you for escorting us, Andreas. We'll let Mother Illuminata know how the brothers are. Good luck with your investigation. Well... plans. Let's see, plans. I still don't think it's the miller, so I guess the guest at the Golden Hand. Master Mahler, is there anything I can do for you? Nico, okay, well, we've seen this like 3 times now. Okay, but let's actually buy people drinks. Why not? Have a seat then. Folk filter in as they finish their work for the day. Hey! Andreas here saying he's buying drinks for everyone. Before you get too excited, I'd like to say a few words about the man Tassing just lost, Otto Zimmerman. I know it's hard to think about anything but the Duke's soldiers right now, but just listen for a moment. Otto was a good man. He stuck up for the people in this town. And he was a loving husband to Eva and a good father to Otz. His reward in heaven will be equal to his good deeds on earth. To Otto. Everyone, it's a feast day, so please don't indulge too heavily on Otto's account. We aren't Lutherans. Lutherans, the most prominent of the Protestant branches, Lutherans were banned from propagating their ideas in the Holy Roman Empire and suffered severe persecution for their beliefs. Too late. Right, let's see. I was hoping to be able to talk to Martin, but when I talked to the dude out here, Samuel. Andreas Mahler, right? You're staying here at the Golden Hand, aren't you? Yes, and yes. I am as well, named Samuel Grau. I'm recruiting men to become Landsknechts. Well, when some actual men show up. Excuse me, I don't think we've met. How do you know my name? People say you got the Abbey's prior killed a few years back. In a way, yes. Well, it doesn't bother me any. I've killed dozens of people. I was just telling young Hans and Fabian about the life of a Landsknecht. Mercenaries found throughout the Holy Roman Empire in service of the Imperial Army. They are known for their colorful and flamboyant fashion, their ferocity, and their short lifespans. What's the pay like? Is it dangerous? Well, you're fighting. 4 gulden a month. 4 gulden a month, and yes, it's dangerous. Mind that you do have to pay for your own equipment. How much? 13 to 15 gulden. of Gulden. Gold coins used as currency throughout the Holy Roman Empire. Though different standards exist for the Gulden in different regions, it's generally equivalent to the Florentine florin. Damn, that's more than 10. Yes, it is. It's 3 to 5 more than 10. Do you have 10 Gulden? Oh no, I don't have any Gulden. You see what I'm dealing with here, Mahler? You, boy. Me? Yes, you look like you're from a family that isn't completely impoverished. Want to join up? Well, are you tired of being my apprentice yet? Wait, well, no, I mean, of course not. I must admit I'm relieved. What would I do without my apprentice? I'll never let you down, Master Andreas. Well then, would you be interested in playing a card game to pass the time? We're playing Landsquenet. I think I've played the game before in a puddle. Well, you haven't played my version, but I can explain the rules as we go. Want to play? Not right now, I need to talk to people. Alright, if you change your mind, I'll be here. I think that's gonna be the, like the day end, or activity end of this section. Werner. Di questa tecnici yeah. No idea. Ah, Master Mahler, thank you for the drink. Care to join us? The other doctors and I are having quite the chat. I may not have finished my medical education, but I'll contribute how I can. Oh, it's hardly that specific. Come, I'll introduce you. Gentili dottori permit... yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Re Pesetarvi Andreas Mahler, un maestro artista di Norimberga. That's a lot. Okay, I thought that would be like, they would switch to English again soon. Bologna, one of the largest cities in Italy. Bologna has been a center of the arts for centuries. It houses well-known university, which was home to both Dante and Petrarch. I just recently shared a meal with Master Mahler, but I've been blessed with his company again. I'm afraid I don't speak Italian, and my Latin isn't that good, but it is a pleasure to meet you. Niemand van ons... Oh, he speaks Dutch. None of us speak German. I do speak a little Dutch. I speak Dutch, so all is well. Parlez-vous français? Angelo and I don't speak Dutch. Do you speak French? Oui. I can't speak French or Dutch, only English. Oh, I know English as well. Fucking hell, Andreas is well traveled. Fantastic, Netherlands, France and Engels. What can I say? I've traveled a great deal. Yeah, I'm a bit lost. Andreas, we're talking about Pliny's natural history. Do you know it? Ah. It's shit. You think it's shit? Oh, I think it's shit. I think that's a little crude of you. What do you think? Oh, do you know it, Andreas? I went fairly in depth with it during my medical training in university. I must say that I am shocked to hear that an artist went to medical school. I guess we would understand a lot more of this conversation if I had picked Italy in the background, like traveling choice early in the game. He just said, obviously you didn't graduate or you would have become a doctor instead of an artist. The course of life do not flow predictably for all men. Too true. Nicolo. Leoniceno, 15th century Italian physician and humanist, dedicated himself to correcting mistranslations of Pliny's natural history, and verifying existing medical texts. I imagine if you actually do speak Italian, this it would help you a lot in this section, just because you would still understand, I guess. Ah, Andreas. The debate centers on the quality of natural history's translations. Some also question if Pliny's sources are even valid in the first place. Here we ask your opinion on the matter, Andreas. It's impractical to throw out such a foundational text without a suitable replacement. This vigorous criticism should be heard as a call for learned men to compare their own experiences to what's in the text. Doing so will refine mankind's knowledge for the betterment of all. Apologies, Andreas. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Andreas. My German is so poor I didn't understand. Don't trouble yourself over it. Did you know the man well? Who are we talking about? I'm lost. Yes, I considered him a friend, sure. Ah, then I pray that he is near to God. I'm gonna guess Otto. Andreas, I was just telling them I was there after the murder happened. That's right, Dr. Stolz and his neighbor were the first on the scene. Was that what all the commotion was about? It woke us up, but we didn't know what was happening. Interesting, did you see anything unusual around that time? We called out for the innkeeper. He and his boy came out and looked confused. Anything else? She's unaccounted for. That gives her an opportunity to have been involved in the murder. That's why, like, Hannah is just really suspicious. Andreas, I'm just telling them it wasn't an accident, that Otto was murdered. As he arrived on the scene, Dr. Stoltz saw a suspicious figure lurking in the darkness. Quoi? What? It was a murder? It appears so. I pray they catch the culprit and give him the justice he deserves. Do you remember anything else about the night? No. I'm afraid not. Oh well, the entire evening is still shrouded in mystery. It was nice meeting you, gentlemen, but I must attend to other business. Safe journeys. Many thanks. God be with you, Andreas. Oh, Andreas? What? Never mind. Well... I'm just failing so many speech checks in this chapter. Well, the first one too, but you know. Are you the man to thank for the drinks? In truth, the drinks are to honor a dear friend who recently passed away. I simply wanted to toast and drink to his memory. A kind gesture. Thank you. Yes, thanks. It was a long road here from Muldrosh. We came to visit the shrine of Saint Moritz, but the sister said it's closed because of some trouble. That's one way to put it. Well, our priest told me to take a pilgrimage here after God saved my little goat's life. Like, literal goat, or? I'm very happy for your goat. She means the boy, Philip, over there. God damn it, Philip, get off the table. Don't curse, father. Oh, alright, alright. Anyway, the boy climbed up in a tree, jumped off, and landed his hand on a board with a nail through it. Fucking hell. His arm swelled like a bloated pig in the sun. Must you describe it that way? Well, it did. He just climbed up to another table. Look at that, to the left. He had such an awful fever, like he was boiling in his own skin. I prayed to God to save my little goat, and the next day, a miracle. It's true, that very next day. The fever could have broken naturally. Pfft, what is there in nature that is not according to God's will? Nothing, of course. Exactly, all by his design. I asked our priest in Muldorf how to thank God. Since the little goat's arm had swollen so badly, he said we should make a pilgrimage to see the hand of Saint Moritz. Philip, off! So you can imagine how disappointed we are that the shrine is closed. Of course, hopefully you won't have to wait that long. Philip! I'm sorry, the boy won't listen. It's no trouble. Do I know you? It's possible, I traveled around a bit when I was younger. Ah, that must be it. Thank you for returning the boy. Were you here on St. John's Eve? No, you arrived yesterday morning. Why? No reason, never mind. Until next time. Until then. Yeah, better not mention it to just everyone. Even though I probably did already. Yeah, I guess the day-end activity is the playing cards with the dude, the lunch neck. Hello again, Andreas. Hello, Samuel. Up for a game of Lanscanet? Why not? The rules are simple enough. Pay attention, boys. If you forget everything else, remember that if you want to see a card that matches what's in front of you, get dealt into the center. That means you win. If you see matching cards going into the discard pile, your chances of winning are going down because there's only 4 of a kind in the deck. Now, at the start of each hand, everyone has to ante in money to play. With 4 players, we each ante a penny. After the ante, the dealer shovels, then deals 1 card to every player at the table, starting with himself. All cards are dealt face up in this game, so we all know what we're dealing with. The value of the card is only important if we run through the whole deck, but it may influence your strategy. In this game, the queen is the high card, followed by the king, then the farmer. Each turn you can raise by the ante, stay, or fold the game. However, if any player raises, every other player must meet the raise. So it's like Hold'em, basically, isn't it? Just with 1 card in hand. Sure. When all players are finished, we will 3 cards into the discard pile, then we bet again. Then 1 goes in the middle. If it matches any player's card, that player wins. If it doesn't match, we go through another round until someone wins or we run out of cards. Aww. Congrats, Hans. You would have won the money if you were playing a real hand. If we run out of cards, the highest card wins. If multiple player have high cards, the highest suit wins. Leaves high, followed by hearts, bells, and then acorns at the bottom. Alright, let's play a real game now. Okay, so we're gonna lose to the guy on the right. Sure, I'm down. Well, there's still 1-3 or 2-3s left in the deck. I like my chances. They keep betting. Ooh, I think. Why is the queen higher than the king? Because Our Lady is the patron of all Landsknecht. I chose to honor her in this way. Oh, that could be GG for me. There's still one more 3. It's just very unlikely. God, yeah. God damn, Samuel cleaned house. Now that one hand has been dealt, the dealer hands the deck to the player on his left. He is now the dealer for the next hand. I bet you there's a Steam achievement for winning this game. Why do I keep getting shit? And why do Hans keep betting on the first go? Oh, can we have some beer, Samuel? Why not? Master Mahler is paying. Here you are, boys, enjoy. Thanks. I like Mistress Hanne. Dad says she brings food to the men working on the rat house. My dad says she's always over there. Seems weird. Maybe it's just a Christian charity. Come on, boys. Yeah, Hannah is insane suspicious. Oh my god. Yeah. Probably shouldn't play games of chance, knowing my own luck. Yeah, why the hell not? Let's... Oh god. I'm not playing this, man. Have you traveled far, Samuel? I suppose all over the Empire and down south. Navarre, Milan, Pavia. Must be really far away. I've never heard of any of those places. Pavia? I've heard about that battle, I think. You fought the French? French and Italian. Swiss too. Beat them all. I saw the King of France humiliated as my brothers took him prisoner and led him from the field. If I die in my sleep tonight, I can say that I basked in glory for one day of this miserable life. Samuel is insane at this game, or maybe I just have shit luck. Finally, something to work with. Ooh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know if they still have some conversations or... You know what, I'm just gonna play until I'm out of money. Oh, and we have 2 kings in play too. Oh god. Fucking hell. Looks like you're out, Andreas. Tough luck. It's alright, Master Andreas. I know you did your best. Thank god I have art to fall back on. God damn it! What's wrong with you, blind? Dumb? È stato un incidente. Lo guiro. What the hell are you saying? Speak German. Smettila. Yeah, I don't know. Cause I've... Yeah, no idea. Oh, you wanna fight? You came to the right place, fancy man. Oh, fucking hell. I don't think this is how you wanted it to go, is it, Master Andres? Hey! A man was murdered in this town. His body is barely cold. I bought drinks for you all to remember him and to lighten the burden of his death. I hardly think a drunken brawl is the proper way to remember him. Everyone out! Everyone out! God damn, Hannah, way to defuse the situation, huh? Well, Vespers, the troops are here. Everyone will be waiting to hear my evidence now. At best, head into town and be prepared to name a suspect. Hannah. I think, I don't know, like, I think I might... I think the evidence might just be leading me into it. You know? Kinda like it did to Ferenc, and then afterwards I'm not sure that it was him, but... I don't know, Hannah seems awfully suspicious. I'm not on the best of terms with Brother Guy. Frankly, I don't trust him, but... That last piece of testimony he said, where, you know, it's someone costumed in dark hair, and, you know, the doctors saying that Hannah wasn't there that night. Or at least didn't come out, like... It's just, I don't know, it all just kind of lines up a bit too perfectly. So, yeah, we're gonna take a short break after this, get my case in order, and then we'll continue and present it in just a little bit. Hello again. Everybody good? Comfortable? Let's go present our case. And yes, I think I'm still confident that the most likely suspect is Hannah. What's that update with the golden hand? Okay, just diffusing the situation, okay. Let me just check the golden hand one more time. Ah, the Maripetal sink of oil. Isn't that the thing? The flower that was with the costume that we found? Well, anyway. Well, that went abruptly. We don't have much time, so let's get this over with. I know some of you are frightened, some of you want to give up, but we have to see this through. Maybe we can't get what we've been fighting for, but we can get justice for Otto. That's right, for Otto! Justice! Dad, what about the Duke's soldiers? They've been getting closer all day. I know, that's why we have to do this now, before it's too late. All we need now is for Andreas to tell us who did it. Yeah, no pressure. No more stalling, Andreas. We need to know who killed Otto, and we need to know now. Can Andreas even tell us the truth? I'll tell you so that justice can be served, not so you can fulfill your revenge. Andreas is right. Violence is not the answer. The guilty party should face the law, not a mob. I'm not debating this, Ulrich. We're out of time. Acting now is the only way to get justice. We can't let anything stop us. A name, Andreas. Just give us a name. We'll do the rest. She made it, everyone. She made it. Rachel gave birth to a baby girl. Quiet, quiet! Everyone needs to stay back and give Rachel space. Yes, Agnes, of course. All is well, praise God. Safe and sound, and a baby girl, Baruch Hashem. With everything going on, with everything that could have happened. God be praised. Peter, I'm sorry, I can't keep supporting you anymore. I understand your cause, but I need to protect my daughter and keep my friends safe. I've already lost Mary and Bert, and I can't bear to lose anyone else. If bowing to the Duke's wishes will protect us, I will do it gladly. I believe in the cause, Peter, but not at the cost of any more pylons. This is a stressful time for all of us. You're making the right... I think I agree with Klaus. This is a stressful time for us all. Please excuse me, everyone. I need a moment to myself. Maybe he's right. This is too much. Right, what about our safety? Maybe violence isn't the answer. The matter isn't so straightforward. How can you all so easily give up? The soldiers said the Duke would consider concessions for the town if we release the abbot. Surely that will be enough. It may be enough to approach the Duke's soldiers, especially if you let the abbot go. Force will not solve anything. Letting the abbot go and getting concession is the best solution for everyone, Peter. Letting the abbot go would be justice, wouldn't it? If he's not the one who killed Otto. You townsfolk don't understand. Letting the abbot go won't fix anything. If we can't get the concessions we need, all peasants will starve and die in the end, and then where will Dashing be? Besides, Otto's death needs to be vindicated. Don't walk away from this now, Ulrich. I have not swayed from the cause, Peter, rest assured. But Ulrich, this isn't your fight. Gret, it is moral and Christian to stand with the peasants. I cannot do otherwise. Damn you all, such behavior is reckless and cruel, especially right now. Get out, all of you, let Rachel rest. Yes, Agnes, we'll go now. Andreas, we're not done. We must still find justice for Otto before the Duke's soldiers arrive. Let's leave Rachel and the baby be, at least. That troop has arrived thing at the top right is there, but I don't see no troops. No more stalling, no more interruptions. Tell us what you know, Andreas. Give us a name. Give us a name, or the monks can burn along with their precious books. Mobbing the culprit won't give you any concessions. Let's just give the murder to the Duke's men instead. The Duke's men have forced us to act. We can worry about the abbot and the soldiers after we've dealt with the killer. Tell us. I have one more condition. God damn it, Mahler, we don't have time for this. Enough innocent blood has already been spilled. Let Casper leave before things get worse. He's just a boy, Peter, please. What? Leave? Yes, fine, the boy can leave. It's not his fight. Please, Casper, I couldn't live with myself if something happened to you. No, Master Andreas, I won't leave you. I know you don't want to, but you have to. Find your way back to Salzburg, back to your family. Please. Master Andreas, you'll teach me again when this is all over, right? Of course, Casper, I'll be right behind you. Alright, I'll see you soon, Master. Who killed Otto? I think I'm leading Hannah. She frequents the thing, the rat house, you know, etc., etc. Guy, I don't think did it. I think he's an embezzler, but I don't think he's a murderer. So yeah, I'm thinking Hannah. Hannah Berggren killed Otto to protect the inn. To protect the inn? Why would the inn be in danger? I overheard Hannah confiding in Lenhart by the old ruins in the meadow. She was afraid that if Otto pushed the abbot out, the hand of St. Moritz would go with him. No relic, no pilgrim, no golden hand. Hannah spent time at the rat house. Why? What was she doing there if not plotting Otto's death? We should have known. She's a newcomer here, never supported the peasants, never supported what Otto was doing. And if she was sneaking off to the ruins to talk about the bastard to talk to that bastard Lenhart, well, I don't think any more needs to be said. Alright, Peter, we've heard Andreas out, but the accused should be allowed to defend themselves. You're not going anywhere, Peter. You're not getting anyone. None of you are. Hannah is under my protection and you're out of time. Peter, I'm so delighted I was able to snuff out the flickering flame of your pathetic rebellion. Listen to me, all of you. It's over. You're done. The only thing you can do now is release the abbot and pray for the Duke's mercy. If any of you people set foot near my mill, you'll get none from me. That gun has one shot. Damn him. He thinks he can stop us, all of us. He can't. Peter, this has gone too far. We have to release the abbot before it's too late. To hell with the abbot, Ulrich. And if you won't help us, to hell with you. Peter, listen to Ulrich. He's right. No, he is not. Let's wait for the Duke's men. They can sort this out. No one needs to get hurt. The Duke doesn't care about Otto. The abbot doesn't care about Otto. We're doing this ourselves. To the mill! Stay back, brutes. This won't end well for any of you. Hannah has my protection and I won't hesitate to shoot you like the animals you are. So stay away from the fucking mill. And you, Andreas, I thought you made something of yourself. It seems you're really as pathetic as the rest of this lot. Just give us the murderer, Lenhart. Don't make anything worse. Don't make things worse. Fuck you, Andreas. I thought you had a backbone, and but you're a spineless bastard. Elsa, take the boys and go. You don't need to be involved in this. No, Elsa, get back in the mill. Don't you dare disobey me, Paul. You hear me? Get your mother back inside. I'm not staying here any longer. I'm taking Mom and we're leaving somewhere far away from you. You'll regret this, boy. I won't be responsible for how your life turns out if you leave. Lenhart, let them go. They've lived under your rule long enough. I should have expected this from you, Paul. You've always been a sad excuse for a son. What a wonderful family we have here. And Elsa, if you do this, you won't find anyone else to love you. You'll be a feckless old crone like that Ottilia. It's over, Lenhart. They're gone. You're not so high and mighty now, are you? You're going to lose everything, just like us. Give up, Muller. There's more of us than you in that mill, and you can't shoot us all. Give us Hannah, you bastard. I didn't kill Otto. I was scared about what would happen to the shrine, but I would never kill someone. Please, think of my family. And what about Otto's family? What about my daughter, a widow with an infant son? It's too late to plead for mercy now. You're all mad. This isn't how the law works, and you know it. Your blabbering will change nothing. You've never given a damn about the law, or justice, or propriety, or fucking decency a day in your life, Lenhart. Ha! You've let me have your way for years. Oh, you've let me have my way for years, Peter, and done shit all about it. You've never stood up for anything, and you won't get any further today, coward. Peter, Lenhart, please, let us search for peace tonight. Such language is not Christian. Coward, am I? Come down here and face me like a man, you piece of shit. Please, everyone, calm down. We can still talk this out. Violence is not the answer, Peter. You can't blame the man, Ulrich. Force is all Peter and his family knows. It certainly worked with Christine. How dare you even speak her name, much less suggest... Oh boy, you've done it now. Lenhart, you killed him! Murder! You monster! Burn that fucker! Justice! You've been a menace on this town long enough, Lenhart, but murder? You've brought this on yourself. Let both of the murderers die together. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, to be fair, that was bad of Lenhart. Andreas, troops are advancing on the town. We need to go now. We must let the abbot out so he can talk to the Duke's soldiers. It's not the soldier hurting anyone I'm worried about, it's Peter. If we don't get the abbot out, he won't be able to stop the soldiers. Precisely! Let's go! Okay, bigger problems. Father Abbot, you can come out. The peasants won't hurt you now. Really? Why? Andreas found the killer and justice has been dispensed. Peter has to keep to his word. Are you sure? Please, Father Abbot, the Duke's soldiers have surrounded the town. We have to show them you're in no danger, that the peasants aren't holding you captive. We don't want any more bloodshed, Father. Oh, thank God! Is it over? Finally! What happened at the mill? Is anyone hurt? We saw a fire. Oh boy. Peter, stop. You got your justice. You swore that you wouldn't harm the abbot or the brothers, remember? I did. No one else needs to die tonight. The abbot can talk to the Duke's herald. You held Lenhart responsible for his actions. We can convince the Duke of what happened tonight was justice. Otto is dead. Ulrich is dead. We can work through this, Peter. Hope is not lost. Everything can go back to the way it was before. Right, the way it was before. Like nothing ever happened. Peter! He's gonna burn the library, isn't he? What is it? What did you do? Dad? God save us, he's lit the manuscripts! Nothing's ever going to change. The books! Dad, what did you do? We need to get out. We need to get to the water in the sister's well, quickly, before it spreads. Oh, fuck. Peter, the soldiers are in the abbey. They're coming this way. We need to save as many of the books as we can, everybody! Quick, don't panic! I'm sorry, I can't. Andreas! 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 Oh, Peter, you old fool. Wait, am I dead? I'm dead, aren't I? Well. I suppose this is the bad ending then. Or a bad ending. To all interested parties regarding investments made to Andreas Mahler, artist of Nuremberg, for the creation of a mural in the Church of Our Lady. The Chamber Court upholds the rulings of the Nuremberg City Court and Council in 1526 and 1527, respectively. All claimants signed contracts containing clauses under which their investments could be returned. As Andreas Mahler's death indisputably resulted from a great power, a contractually exempted circumstance, his estate cannot be held liable. In the interest of feminine liberty, his widow Sabine retains all contested investments. The 15th day of February, Anno Domini 1534. Peter, you piece of shit. Feels like it's getting cold early this year, doesn't it? At my age, it feels like the cold comes earlier every year. But we need this chill for the leaves to fall and the galls with them. What, you don't want to climb the Saint's tree to pull them off? Ha! Even my youth, that would have required divine intervention. No thank you, I'll stay here on the ground and wait patiently for the Lord to deliver. Don't you have ink back at your father's shop, though? For the press, he has it delivered. This is just for my own drawings. Besides, sometimes it feels nice to do things the old way. An old way it is, I would know. Hey Max, sister. Hey Max, Sister Gertrude. God bless you, Master Zimmerman. I told you not to call me that. What, Max? Why? People call me Odds, you don't see me complaining. It's not even a name, it's a valley. You like being called Odds. Right, so why are you being so stuck up? Master Zimmerman, would you call Mary Magdalene? Witness to our Lord's death and resurrection, Max. I guess not. Then it seems only fitting you should call Mistress Druckrin by her full Christian name. Alright, sorry sister, sorry Max. Magdalene. Anyway, your dad wants to see you. What? Why? Isn't he at the rat house? He is. He wants you to grab his mural sketches and bring them. Ugh, fine. I suppose this is enough galls for now. I was just about finished, too. God bless you both. Don't be long, Magdalene. The council's waiting on this. Not sure why this falls on me, but I suppose I better get going. I think Dad left the rat house plants on his workshop bench at home, next to the printing press. Oh, we're playing Magdalene. Saint Satya's shrine. Martha especially likes to leave offerings for her. Agnes gathers chamomile here every year to prepare her cures for the coming year. I almost read it as her curses. It would have been so much more interesting. Can I see what happened, like what ends up happening at the Abbey? Just abandoned, I guess. Oh, the hand is still here. Hand of St. Moritz. The poor Claras take care of it now that the Benedictines are gone. Oh, I can go in now. Hello, Margaret. It's Magdalene. Oh, Magdalene, God bless you. You don't normally come to the convent alone. What brings you here? Not that you're not welcome, of course. It's always wonderful to have visitors. I had some spare time and I thought I would say hello. Oh, well, hello. Haha. It is good to hear your voice, though. I enjoy it when outsiders visit the convent. Do you miss the outside world much, sister? Yes, sometimes. I miss the other Benedictine sisters especially. She'd never admit it, but Sister Elizabeth had the most wonderful voice. I always stood next to her if I could. Why stay then? Why didn't you leave when the Benedictines left Kiersau? Truth be told, I was too frightened to leave. Kiersau is my home. I didn't like the idea of becoming accustomed to a new place. Learning the convent's ins and outs was hard enough. I never went outside the convent much anyway. I know where everything is here, even if it's changed over the years. Sister Gertrude had already planned to stay too. The garden always needs tending, and 2 hands make light work. Besides, I can't leave Mousefangr behind. Ah, of course, she is truly the Queen of Kirsau. Has the convent changed very much since the poor Clars arrived? Yes, the food is simpler and some of the prayers are different, but all the chores and gardening is the same. Gertrude misses making ink for the scriptorium, but I've enjoyed learning the sisters' new customs. Speaking of which, I should probably return to my chores. Of course, sister, apologies for interrupting. Not at all, Magdalene. God bless you. Also, do I have a new profile then on me? Since I'm playing Magdalene now. Empiricist. Magdalene has a basic empirical mind. She is well read on the nature of plants and animals, as well as possessing a keen ability to think through and process information she receives, along with its implications. Okay, well, I guess that's because we gave her the book that we chose. Excuse me. Oh, I can't believe the golden hand is still open. Hi. Magdalene. Oh, I thought Father Thomas would be here. The Rat House mural sketches. I think this is what my dad wants. I think these are all of the plans. What is this part of the plans? Stop. Huh. This isn't Dad's handwriting. I can actually kind of read this. Thank God he's a printer. Well, whatever. I'll bring it just in case. Alright, I'd better get these over to the Rat House. There's gonna be more murders, isn't it? Fucking hell. Oh look, it's Ursula all grown up. Oh, and Waislav and Matilda decided to go together. Well, I meant to talk to Endris. Oh, okay. Morning, Magdalene. This is the Gerdner farm, I guess, with all the debacles. This game keeps surprising me whenever I thought, like, things just ended. Hey again, Max. Are you serious? I just told you not to call me that. What are you all doing here? Don't you have better things to do? What business is that of yours? Not me, all my work's done, Max. What do you care? It's not like you've got important work to do. Oh god, here we go again. Okay, she's probably one of these. I keep the press running for my dad and I work with Baltas on his inventions. That seems a little more important than standing around in the commons in the middle of the day. Baltas's inventions are stupid. Doesn't seem like something a girl should be involved with if you ask me. Nobody asks you. Calm down, Max. You're getting to get a reputation. Too late to worry about that. She already has a reputation. I think this is the more useful one going forward, but I can't help but want this one. Let's go with this one. At least I have a reputation. If you die today, your epitaphs would read 3 shitheads who spent the morning harassing girls in the commons. Assuming you got a grave, that is. More likely they toss your worthless bodies on a compost heap and hope for a better... Magdalene, I think this is so far even for me. Alright, we got it, lay off. Did you get those things your dad wanted? Yes, that's why I was on my way to the rat house. Hopefully I can drop these off and start my reading for the day. Reading? What book is so important that you need to get back to it? I think she likes just trivia. Melusine, Esther sent it to me from Prague. Is that what the snake woman who takes off all... Is that about the snake woman who takes off all her clothes? Sort of, but no, not really. Or at all. Oh, does it have any pictures? Right, I want to see. Calm down, I'm not showing you lecherous dogs anything. Don't you read all sorts of books about trees and birds and whatever? Yes, trees and birds and whatever, that's right. People are finally writing down what they see in nature instead of copying something a Greek imagined 20 centuries ago. Do you have any books on frogs? What? Never mind. Wait, Otz, aren't you supposed to be at the rat house too? You're on the council. Sure, but it's pointless without your dad's plans. Let's go. Oh, fine. I don't understand how we're still arguing about this. These murals should depict the truth. What we know is the truth. I don't think it's so simple, Klaus. Are you afraid of angering our Lord, Father Thomas? I think Father Thomas means that the truth is not so easily agreed upon. I don't know. I'm tired of arguing. I just want it to look nice and show what happened. Magdalene, thank you for bringing these. Maybe illustrations will succeed where talking has failed. I am done arguing with them. I'll see you at home for supper. It's alright, Magdalene. We don't need to see the drawings. It's not that we don't understand what he's trying to do. I didn't realize we had upset him so much. Sounds like things got worse after I left. Well, we've been arguing about this for almost 2 hours. For all the good it did us, he hasn't budged. What's the point of talking if you can't make any progress? Magdalene, could you speak to your father to help him see things from our point of view? Father Thomas, I don't even know what you're all arguing about. What is your point of view? Klaus has very strong opinions on how the history of Tassing of Kiersau Abbey should be portrayed. And those portrayals may upset some of our neighbors. Isn't the real concern that it's going to upset the Lord? Isn't everyone really worried about him coming here someday and seeing the revolt memorialized on the wall? You keep saying that we all disagree with him. I don't think I do, not entirely. Well, what do you think, York? I know I'm not the smartest man in this room, but I know what happened to my own dad. I know what he did. It doesn't feel right to ignore what happened to him, what happened to Otto. Look, you all knew my dad. I never had the chance. Wait, never mind. None of us do, but maybe there's a way to tell this story in a way that's true without upsetting anyone. So, it's all very complicated, you see, Magdalene. Try to get him to consider a portrayal of our history that's less inflammatory. And to think the council's meant to be the best of Tassing. Magdalene! Such speech is entirely uncalled for. We need to come to an agreement or call off the mural entirely. He's been wanting to paint this mural for years. You can't tell him no all of a sudden. Then help us, Magdalene. Your father will listen to you. Alright, I won't promise anything though. It's already hard enough to convince. Now I'm going back home. This mess has taken up too much of my day already. Oh, you got clocks now. Magdalene? Thank you for bringing the drawings to the rat house. I'm sorry it was a waste of time. Those men don't know what they want. When I tell them what I'm trying to do, they get scared. Welcome to freelance life. Then they talk and talk and talk. They talk all day and we're never any closer to a decision. I'm sick of it. Sick of the whole thing. Dad, I'm worried about you. I know, I appreciate the concern. I suppose I haven't been this upset about something in a while. I'll get through it, I just need the time. Why is it bothering you so much? We hear all these stories about what this place was, how it came to be. And it feels like history is something that happened before, happened to other people. But 18 years ago we lived through something. You and I, everyone in Tassing. Everyone wants to forget about it, pretend it didn't happen. You don't. No, I don't. All those years ago, I did nothing. I was worried for you, worried for Benjamin and Rachel and Esther. I was so afraid that I'd lose you. I wouldn't have been able to bear it. In the end, so many people died anyway. Peter and Ulrich and Andreas and all of the others. And we lived. Dad, everyone says it wouldn't have made it any difference. If you and the others had fought, you would have died. I would have died. Maybe I could have stopped him from going to the mill. Or maybe we could have stopped the peasants from burning it down. But we will never know. Is that what this is about, this mural? It's a chance to put something down in a place where everyone can see. If people start to forget, this will remind them. We were here. This happened. If I don't do it, who will? You're right, Dad. I wish the men in that rat house saw me the way that you do. One way or another, you'll figure it out. I hope so. All the arguing has left me beat. I'm going to bed early. Alright, I'm going to stay up for a bit and write a letter to Esther. Good. Please say hello to her for me. From me. And her parents, I know, Dad. Good night, Magdalene. I love you. I love you too. All this running around has left me tired too. It'll be nice to sit down at my desk and just write for a while. Alright, now where to begin? I should write to Esther. Dearest Esther. I hope you and your family are well. Dad sends his regards to your parent, like usual. I've spent the last few days collecting oak galls with Sister Gertrude. I don't suppose you have the chance to do that in Prague. Sister Gertrude has been teaching me how to grind them into smooth ink. It's difficult work, but you'll find no better ink anywhere in Bavaria. I'll send along a bottle with this letter. Oh, did I mention Dad started a new project? He's painting a mural of Tassing's history in our new rat house to memorialize the revolt. The whole thing has me thinking about my own family's history, past, present, future. The printing shop has been in the family for years. I'm looking forward to taking it over. Of course, Dad will keep running it until he can't pull the levers anymore, but I'll take over sooner or later. If I inherit the shop, I won't have to get married either. Christ, you will not believe how annoying Oz is. I think his mom is under the impression that he's been courting me. Can you imagine? Yes, before you break the nib off your pen, I will come to visit you in Prague, I promise. I'll try to make time to visit before winter. Life has been bustling here. Dad's been busy with the Rat House mural, so I've taken over the workshop. I'm sure it'll be a sight to behold once it's finished. Write back to me soon. All my love, Magda. Now what? Oh, sleep. This is my bed, right? Dad? Dad? Magdalene. Dad! Hang on, I'm coming. Oh, fucking hell. Dad! Magdalene. What happened? Are you alright? You're bleeding. Someone came into the house. They hit me over the head. I'll go get Dr. Stoltz. Try not to move, Dad. Magdalene, it's not safe. Whoever attacked me. This wound is too deep for me to take care of on my own. We need Dr. Stoltz. Magdalene, be careful. I will. I'll be right back. I promise. Yeah, 3 hours later. 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you know why anyone would want to attack you, Klaus? No, maybe someone didn't like one of the books I sold them. Are you sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press? Come on, Jörg, you saw the workshop. Somebody was looking for something. A burglar in Tassing? That's preposterous. Well, if it was an attack, what was it? Enough. It was deliberate blow to the head, unless any of you wish to debate my diagnosis. No, no. As I thought. Truthfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull. It's a grave injury, Magdalene. You'll need to help take care of your father. I will, whatever I need to do. Good. Of course, the mural will have to be called off now. Klaus, you absolutely cannot get out of bed. No, it has to be done. This is too important. Just give me some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work. I don't think we need to cancel the entire project. Can't we just wait? Klaus, your health comes first. Anyway, we haven't even been able to agree on what the mural should be. Indeed, it might be best to abandon the entire idea. With respect, Father Thomas, you are not on the council. Yes, just offering an opinion. I can paint the mural. What? Max, quit joking around. Well, I know you want to help your dad, but aren't you too young for something this big? I've been painting since before I could walk. I don't think I'm good enough. I mean, it's not that you're not good at painting, Max. It's just painting a mural this large and complicated will take a lot of skill and expertise. So that's why we were having your dad make it. He's been making art forever. I agree with Paul. Klaus needs home care. You're best suited for that, Magdalene, not a mural. What is that supposed to mean? Well, are you sure you're up for it? Physically, I mean. It's quite demanding. You'd be up on scaffolding and could fall. What would any of you know about it? Dad and I are the only people here who have done this work. I can do it, Dad. If you don't trust Magdalene to do the mural, to hell with the lot of you. Klaus! If you don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again. Alright, I say we let her. It doesn't look like we have much of a choice. Very well. Alright, Magdalene, you can do it. But you still need to talk to us about what you're doing, alright? Fine, but I'm taking my dad's ideas into account. Well, we'll figure it out. Thanks, Magdalene. Rest up, Klaus. I'll do my best, Jorg. Magdalene, just a moment. Yes, what is it? Your father is lucid right now, but his injury is severe. His current demeanor is misleading. What are you saying? Magdalene, there is damage to his brain. He may have a few weeks, maybe even a few months left. But he's not going to survive. Can't we take him to see a surgeon? No, he can't be moved in this condition. In fact, he shouldn't move at all. Even if he could, I don't think the finest Italian surgeons would know how to deal with trauma like this. So he's just going to die? And there's nothing I can do about it? You can make him comfortable and you can enjoy the time you have left. The time will run out before long. Dad needs to be able to see the mural in its finished form. But I don't know how much time he has left. Werner said it could be a few months or... God protect him. I'll pick up where Dad left off. He wanted to paint the history of Tassing from its earliest days to the revolt. I'll start with the earliest part of Tassing history, the pagan tribes and the Romans. Then I'll move on to the founding of the Abbey and Tassing saints. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history, depicting the revolt. The revolt is important to that. People in Tassing might know some of the town history, but not all of it. Dad said the librarian Kiersau had those records. He was going to write to the last prioress to see if she had any information. I should write to her now while I'm thinking about it. Alright, where to begin? Dad told me the last prioress at Kiersau knew something about the old history of Tassing. He said she became the abbess of a convent in Bologna, Mother Illuminata. Yes, at Santa Margherita. I should write to her. A small town in the Republic of Genoa along the coastline of the Ligurian Sea. Mother Illuminata, formerly prioress of the Kiersau Abbey. My name is Magdalene Rukrin. I do not believe we met. I was very young when you left Kiersau. You were acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before that terrible fire consumed the place. I am writing because my father and I are creating a mural in the Tassing Rathaus. It's going to tell the history of our community and of Kiersau as well. We have only legends and folklore since, of course, all the Kiersau books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town when the Romans were here. If you know anything about the early history of the Abbey itself, we would also be glad to hear it. We would appreciate any help you could give us, and we hope you are well. My father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the library and its books. God bless you. Magdalene. If I want to finish the mural before Christmas, I should start planning tomorrow. I should head to bed and get as much rest as I can. This game has like twists and turns and everything. That is a lot of days. That is a long sleep. Ah, Mistress Drukrin, I have a few letters here addressed to you. Take care now. Thank you, sir. Mother Illuminata wrote back to me. I hope her responses help me paint the mural. Mistress Drukarin, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health. I remember you both, as your father would carry you between the rows of our library in his final years. I also remember your late mother and brother. God keep their souls. While we did have some books that discuss Tassing's past, it's likely they were as mythological as what your neighbors believe. That said, I remember one of the peasants, Tillman Kreutzer, read about the history of the town. I knew he died during the revolt, but perhaps his family knows some of what he learned. I should also say that it's not true that all of the Kearsau's books were destroyed by the fire. Andreas Mahler managed to save some from the flames, God rest his soul. In the aftermath of that terrible night, cataloging and preserving the surviving books was not at the top of any of our minds. Even so, this topic has still a memory within me. Several years before the fire, there was a death at Kearsau, the murder of Baron Rothvogel. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of Historia Tassiae, a comprehensive chronicle of your home. I had forgotten about it until now because the murder dominated all of our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now because if I recall that the late Father Matthias was also reading a copy of Historia Tassiae shortly before he died. We never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Prior Ferenc took it from the Baron after the murder. Ferenc had an interest in books of all sorts, of course, but it seems like an odd thing to do in the moment. Then again, only God knows what he did and why he did it. Mislaus Haverley, the Baron's manservant, believed it may have been stolen by the town thief Martin Bauer. If Martin is still alive, I would ask him if he knows where the book is. Hopefully he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out of Tassing. If the man has passed from this world, perhaps his family knows where the book wound up. As for the history of the abbey, I fear that was also lost in the blaze. However, as sacristan, Prior Matthew learned a great deal. Sacristan, appointed official in a monastery responsible for maintaining the sacristy where vestments and objects used in ceremonies are kept. Sacristan is also often the treasurer. I have not kept in contact with him, but I know that he is now the Archdeacon of Sion. Once a free imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire, Sion became the capital of Valais when the canton joined the Swiss Confederacy following the Swabian War in 1499. He's no longer a Benedictine, but uses his family name, Fosny Saw. If you write to him soon, your letter may reach him before the snow covers Valais. Valais, a canton in the Swiss Alps, Valais became an associate member of the Swiss Confederation in 1529. Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend to the Abbey and in his better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will towards anyone from Tassing. I pray that you have seen better days since that night and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you as well. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Margarita. Oh, Esther wrote to me as well. My dear Magda, my parents were glad to hear from your father. Please tell them they wish to hear from him soon. Speaking of printing, your ink was well received indeed. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Alicia is taking to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. My mother was furious when he spent several pfennigs trying to find lapis at the market. She set him scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I'm glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we'll have room whenever you decide to make an appearance. And if you do take over the shop in Tassing, you'll have to make visits to Prague for supplies. Who knows, maybe you'll meet someone here. I've made a good match, too. There's a young man at the synagogue, Simond, who caught my eye. His father is a doctor, and his brothers have all gone to university as well. I'd quite like to marry him. Anyway, I hope this Otz fellow and his mother don't give you too much trouble. You really ought to give a man a chance, Magdalene. They can be quite sweet. At least the ones in the city here are. Please keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come see it when it is finished. Blessings, Esther. I'll have to write Esther back tonight. I should head home and check on Dad. Hey Dad, how are you feeling? Ah, Magdalene. Sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid. The dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment. Are you sure I can bring up something like milk or broth? No, I can't stomach anything just yet. It's been months. Or days, I guess. But tell me, where are you off to? I need to get started on the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illuminata didn't know much about Tasing's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. I'm going to ask Blacktail if his grandfather told him any stories. Illuminata said he used to read about the Romans. Mother Illuminata, Magdalene. Yeah, right, yes, Mother Illuminata. Young Kreutzer has mentioned those tales from time to time, yes. He comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually when he's found some interesting old ruin out in the field, you might ask him about that. Il Peter, still alive, I see. Always harrumphed about how no one paid attention to the old ways anymore, too. I'm sure he'll have some stories to tell about old Tasing. You might stop to talk to him. I can hardly understand him these days, but it's worth asking. He's an old man, Magdalene. He'll enjoy the company either way. Alright, I'll talk to him too if I have the time. You might talk to Smokey too. The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the woods around town than anyone else. That, and he's a known gossip. He's always been kind to me when I chat with him. I'm certain he knows something about the ruins. You may hear something worth your while at any rate. I'll go talk to him. What about the ruins or the mines? I can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever is left over from the Romans and before. The salt mine and the Roman ruins are the oldest parts of Tasing, so it only makes sense to see what they left behind. Ah, you take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research. You always said that's what good artists do, Dad. Be careful, alright? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. But I don't know why York doesn't keep them in line. Always making trouble, those two. At least Artemis actually knows how to read. I don't think Apollo can even spell his name. The boy struggles with his letters, Magdalene. Don't shame him for it. Not everyone is a printer's daughter. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around town, alright? We still have a household to run. I'll get to them, Dad. Good. I'd better get going if I want to do all of that today. I'll see you later, Dad. Good luck, Magdalene. Whoops. Sorry. Let's see, where do we want to start? Whoops. Didn't mean to get back in. Where to go, where to go? Morning, Magdalene. How's Klaus? Enduring, even when his speech is slurred, he keeps a cheerful heart. I don't know what life would be like without him. Klaus is a good man, Magdalene. Tasing is a better place thanks to him. He's one of the few in Tasing who hasn't been on my back all this time. What do you mean? Don't pretend like you haven't heard. Townsfolk have whispered shit about me for years. So what if I occasionally get into a few brawls? I'm an honest man. I wasn't involved in what happened to Otto Zimmerman. I supported his cause. I've pulled my weight around here. Tilled the soil, salted the meats, provided for Brigitte and Kraft. I've done enough backbreaking work for the family. Can't a man just have a goddamn rest? I believe you, Martin. You seem like you could use respite. I'm about to ask him for something, so... Right, I've lost enough time to this as it is. Time for you to go. Wait, I almost forgot the reason I came to you. I'm trying to learn about the history of Tasing. I was told you could help. Me? What do I know about history? Mother Illuminata told me you borrowed a book of local history from Baron Rothvogel. Mother Illuminata? Oh, you mean one of the old nuns from the convent? Sure, a book. I might have taken it back then. That was a lifetime ago. I can't remember the book or what I did with it. Those years are a blur. Probably threw it away somewhere or left it at home. Wouldn't have been much for me to do with a book I can't read. Too unique for me to have sold too. No one outside Tassing cares about its history anyway. Maybe I should ask Brigitta if she remembers anything about it. Sure, couldn't hurt. It was decades ago, but she's the one who remembers shit. Thanks for the help, I guess. Uh-huh. If there's nothing else, I've got work to do. Until later, Martin. Until then. Magdalene, how are you keeping? I'm eager to continue work on the mural. I have so much to do before Christmas. I'm certain it'll be the pride of Tassing when you're through. You've always had your mother's talents for art. And how is your dad? You're one of the few people who ask how I'm doing before asking for my dad. I know how it is to be the sole caregiver. Yourself disappears behind the knees of the person you're looking after. I worry about you carrying that weight alone. I remember when my dad fell. We cared for him the best we could, but those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. But I believe God will pull your dad through, whatever the doctor says. We need him. I don't know what I'll do if he dies. I feel crazy even thinking about it. Should the worst come to pass, you will not be alone, Magdalene, believe me. It may feel like you are, but... Have you thought about what you'll do if your dad doesn't come through this? Dad would want me to keep up the printing press. Wouldn't that be a sight? Are you sure you could handle it? It's a lot to manage on your own. But you're a good girl, Magda. There are any number of families in Tassing who'd be happy to take you. You have someone in mind, don't you? I literally can't imagine who you'd be alluding to. There's not a single young man of quality in this town. Not even young Odds. Especially young Odds. Hey, he's about as subtle as his father. God rest Otto's soul. I miss him. Oz doesn't know what he wants. Some days I'm amazed he can button his own pants. The way Eva hovers, who's to say she doesn't do it for him? It was the same with Otto and Eva. We all knew he was hers from the start. As Oz appears to be yours. But if nothing ever comes of that, know that you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Rost is a nice, hard-working boy. He's got a sharp mind. He can provide for a family. Are you trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame a mother for trying? You're a good, respectable girl, Magda. Any family would be lucky to have as a daughter. I don't mean to be rude, but I'd prefer to decide in my own time. Alright, I'll let it lie. You know, not every marriage may start off on solid footing. But if you pray and work and trust in the Lord, you can find it in time. Believe me. You're not making the prospect sound very enticing. Marriage is our own natural state. It is in our homes that we're the closest to the Lord. The Lord made us from Adam's rib because he meant us to be part of men. You would be lonely to never know that fullness of purpose. That's no life for someone like you. You're not the first person to tell me so. That is because your elders are wise, Magda. Trust in our love for you and in the Lord's purpose. In any case, I should get back to the chores. Remember what I said. Whatever happens, you're always welcome in my home. Oh, before I forget, I actually had a question about an old book. Martin is supposed to have stolen it from that baron who was killed years ago. Do you know what happened of it? Oh. I hope this doesn't get me into trouble, but I still have it hidden in a drawer. Martin left it behind when he ran off. He went to all the trouble to take it, but didn't bring it along. Martin was a thief, but he wasn't stupid. I'm sure he realized no one would believe he'd come by the book honestly, so he couldn't sell it. Why'd you keep it? What was I supposed to do? The Baron was killed soon after, and there I was, holding his stolen book. I didn't want Martin to get in any more trouble than he was already in. I never read it, though. I don't read well. Can I have it? I don't know. I needed to reference it for the mural. But won't everyone wonder where you got the ideas? I've been talking to people all over town who think I get the ideas from them. Oh, alright. I'd like to have nothing more to do with it, to be frank. It reminds me of difficult times. A stolen book of a dead nobleman in our home. Perhaps it spoiled our milk and turned our eggs out of all these years. Here you are. Please don't tell anyone I had this. Ah, Historia Taciae. It's in Latin, which I don't read well. I'll puzzle over it in the evening. Thank you, Brigitta. You've been a big help. Of course, Magda. Be well now. God bless. You too, Brigitta. Until later. Right, who else? Oh look, it's Ots. Hey Mags. Had your way with the mural, huh? I didn't expect you to convince the council like that. I didn't expect the town to pick a huff with like you for the council, so I guess we're all disappointed. Jesus, Max, I meant it as a compliment. The rest of the council has been arguing over the matter for so long, even I couldn't get a word in. Then you come in and shut them up in a few minutes. You could use more women like you in the town. What do you mean by that, Odds? Well, you know, you're headstrong and willing to give your opinion, and damn what anyone else thinks. You really think so? Well, yeah, I wouldn't tell you that otherwise. You're an admirable woman. Anyway, standing up to the council like that was great. I know I'm on the council, but sometimes it doesn't seem like I have any influence. You do, though. You've vouched for me to do the mural in the first place. Only after your dad did. I still feel bad about that. I should have stuck up for you. Being the youngest one on the council has been harder than I thought. I know Baltus and Werner don't think I'm capable, and even Paul has warned me about being too rash. My dad died trying to make a difference in this town. All I'm trying to do is carry his legacy, but it seems like the others won't make room for any change. You sound like my dad. He always said the council was scared of doing anything important. Ah, your dad is right. They're all so old and cowardly. I guess they just want to live in peace, but I want something more. I want to make a difference like my dad did. Ah, well, better get back to it. See you later, Mags. Let's see, where am I going? Here we go. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Till. Do you have a moment? Of course, what do you need? Odd says you've been obsessed with your paintings. I'm looking into the early history of Tassing for the first part of the mural. Mother Illuminata said your grandfather read about the history of the town. Ah, fertile fields that is. Seemed like old potsherds and Latin trivia were all he ever talked about. All of Granddad's readings came from the Abbey's library, though, and you know what happened there? Poof! Up in smoke. So you don't have any of his old books? Only a few. Granddad tried to buy some when the Abbey fell on hard times, but they were too expensive. But I can show you something better than books. Evidence? Something like that. See, we don't have any books on the old pagans, but we do have their stuff. Shards of ceramic pots and animals, bricks from what looks to be an old forge, mountains of salt. Even you found a little bear carved from ember. Where did you find all this stuff? It's not just me. Carl finds things. Fabian too. Any farmer would tell you the same. It's all out there in the fields under the dirt. Can't go one season without turning up something. Where are you keeping these things? Nowhere. We just toss them into piles with the rest of the rocks and root clumps. Sure, it's interesting, but we can't do much of anything with this stuff except look at it. What do you think it all means? I don't follow. What do you think they were like? Huh. I guess I never really thought about it. They seem like regular people. Their remains all look like ours. Tools and weapons are rougher, but not badly made. The little carvings and ceramic critters aren't so different from the things Ava made for Odds. I suppose I expect them to be more strange. Because they weren't Christians? No doubt they were coarse, but they don't seem especially violent, like the church says. Not so different from today, really. Earlier you mentioned something about salt. Did the pagans start the mine? Had to have, I'd say. Most people think it was a Roman project, but I think the Romans just dug out what was already there. That's why tassing was so important to the Romans in the first place. Salt. So tassing wasn't just on Imperial Road, they made the road came through tassing. The Imperial Road, also called the Via Imperii. The Imperial Road links Venice in the south with Stettin on the Baltic Sea in the north. Passes through Verona, Innsbruck, Nuremberg, and many other cities along the way. It also brings thousands of travelers to Tassing and Kiersau every year. Do you think there is anything left of the pagans down there? I don't know, but anything they left would have to be better preserved than what we dig out in the fields. Magdalene, tell me you aren't thinking of going down there. What if there's stuff that could help me with the mural? Magdalene! That mine is hundreds of years old. You could break your neck just getting in there. It's worth it for the mural. I want to try my best for Dad. Imagine how your dad would feel if you got hurt. Then help me get down safely and he won't have to worry. You're bullheaded just like your mother. And your father. Probably can keep you out of there if I tried. Please still. Alright, alright. Don't know how to get down there myself, but I know those twins have gotten in a time or two. No doubt they have a trick. And Baltus might not be the most reliable man, but I don't doubt he could trick something up for you too. Thank you, Till. Don't mention it. I'm serious, don't. This has been a big help. Glad to spread some knowledge around. Important for folks to know their past. Do you think all this pagan stuff will make it in the mural? I can bring up some of the things the boys and I have found over to the rat house tomorrow, if that'll help at all. That would be great. I'm glad you're taking an interest, Magdalene. I thought no one cared about the pagans but me and Granddad. I should warn you, if you do head into the forest, keep an eye out for the Lord's men. They're strict, worse now than they used to be. I'll be careful, until tomorrow. Until then. Hello, Eva. Magda, darling. Ots isn't here, I'm afraid. Oh, that's alright. I can find him later if I need to. I think he wandered off towards the rat house. Something about the council, but if you ask me, I think he's looking for you. I'm sorry to disappoint him. He'll recover once he learns you've dropped by. He's always working on town council business these days, and he's still working at mastering carpentry too. I suggested a few years ago that he take up an apprenticeship, but he was determined to remain in Tassing. I think he's more comfortable here, even if that means he'll never be the craftsman Otto was. I help him how I can, but there's only so much I know how to do. Besides, I think he feels like he's taking care of me instead of the other way around. Funny how time does that. I would jump at the chances of leave Tassing. If it didn't mean Dad will be left alone, I imagine Ots felt the same. Oh, I wouldn't have been alone. I have Mom and York and the rest of the family to help take care of. Besides, they keep me busy. I'll never want anything with Ots and the community here in Tassing. I'll never want for anything with Ots and the community here in Tassing. I miss my husband, but I'm proud of Ots. He's growing into a capable young man. I'm excited to see him grow into a husband and a father. He'll make a wonderful partner. Whoever he marries will be a lucky woman. It's about that time to start finding a match too. It's wonderful that God blessed Endris with a wife at last, but I'd rather not have Ots be in his position. Better to marry earlier while he can raise a family. Anyway, I'm sure you have things to do. I'll let you get back to them. Always good to see you, Magda. You too, Eva. God, this is a lot to do. Nope. Map, not margins. Well, we can ask Baltus for help. We can ask Baltus, we can ask old Peter. We can go to the salt mine. But I think we need to ask Baltus first. Let's go to the Gertner farm first. I think old Peter should be entertaining. Hello Peter, can I talk to you for a moment? What's that? I was wondering if you could tell me some stories about Tassing. Oh, the old tales, hmm? It's been so damn long since anyone had a thought to ask me about what I know. But there's still a few people of the old tales knocking about in this skull. Are there any myths from even before the Romans came to Tassing? Of course there are. The Romans weren't the first ones to live here, you know. There are spirits older than the saints that lived in these woods, older than the Romans. They protected Tassing before Saint Moritz ever set a blessed foot in this town. What sort of spirits? Sort that I'm getting at. Didn't your father teach you patience, Magdalene? Sorry. It's Perkta and her wild hunt that scare them evil ones away. They've protected Tassing since its founding day. Long before those Romans, our ancestors roamed these mountains under a great chieftain called Ritus. Now, folk weren't as kind as they are now, and the tribes fought one another for the best land. The old chieftain was a yellow-bellied coward who neglected the old gods. He was too proud to make offerings. Because of him, the gods favored other tribes, and Ritus' people had no land to call their own. Instead, they wandered through these mountains and valleys, hunting and gathering what they could to survive. One day, when winter was approaching, Ritus went hunting and found a wounded wolf tangled in a trap. But instead of killing the beast, as most men would, he held the beast and loosed it from its bounds. Was that a wolf, a spirit in disguise? Oof, of course not. Wolves are wolves, girl. Spirits don't need the skins of animals for their power. Still, you've got the sense of the thing. The old gods are keen to repay favors done, and Perkta is the goddess of the wild hunt. The wolves are her animals. She leads the wild hunt, and the wolves lead the hunts of the forest. Back in my day, folks knew it was bad luck to kill a wolf. Now, I'm the only one who remembers these things. Perkta saw Ritus' action and took a favor on him and told the wolf to lead the chief to her sacred spring. Ritus led his people to the springs and claimed it for his homeland, and we've been in this valley ever since. Then those goddamned Romans came and destroyed everything, but you see, there were other gods protecting this place before Saint Moritz. That's why a few of us still honor Perkta. She protects us against witches and fiends. It's a wonderful story. Good. Nice to know I can still be of some use in this town. What about the Romans? Do you know any of the Roman legends in Tassing? Roman legends? Pah! Don't bother with stories from outsiders. We're still of gods that aren't our own. The Romans did nothing but conquer our people and destroy this town. We've spent generations after generations building Tassing back up from those days. And still our traditions keep dying with no one to carry them on. That's why I want to know, Peter. These stories need to be on the mural. The mural? Fine. But I don't know if any of the old Roman shit. Alright. I have a lot to think about. Thank you, Peter. Thank you for sharing your stories with me, Peter. At least someone wants to listen to me. I'm tired. Talking so much has made my jaw ache. Me too, Peter. Me too. I'll leave you to rest then. God bless you, Peter. Oh, Magdalene, how are things on your doors? Excuse me? Door hinges at home, are they in good working order? Well, the door is still open. Well, our door is still open, so I expect they are. Maybe Andre should take a look at them. I would have asked your father, but well. Anyway, you wouldn't believe how many people in this town leave their hinges to rust. I didn't realize you had such an interest in hinges. Oh, it's not my interest in particular. Paul would like to institute a yearly check of all homes in Tassing. What do you think of the idea, York? Well, it's not a bad thing, but I don't see why we need to make it official. If Everyone in Tassing helps each other. As I see it, if someone notices a house in disrepair, we all pitch in to fix it. To do anything else would be unchristian. But if Paul wants to see it through, I'm happy to go along with it. Makes me feel useful, you know. Speaking of, I'd better get back to work. Nice chat with you, Magda. See you later, Jorg. Oh great, we're only in the Middle Ages. In the medieval ages, and you know, we're already about to have a homeowners association. Baltus? Magdalene! Magdalene! Yes! The cinnamon just arrived for the beer. Oh my god. Cinnamon? Doesn't that come from Ceylon? Ugh, yes. At great cost. Oh, never mind that. The copper pots you helped me pipe are part of the process. Oh, I thought it was something more serious. Magdalene, making beer is quite serious. Anyway, it's for the Christmas celebration. Already, we're barely into November. The wheel of time stops for no man, but it's going to be wonderful. Cinnamon, coffee from Ethiopia, cacao from the New World. He who has the money can do everything. Indeed. Problem? Of course not, it's your money. Anyway, I'm quite excited about it. Clearly. As such, alchemy is not normally my strong suit. And for all the Nazius complained about the costs, the base rye we're using is free. Really? Yes. The farmer had so much rye this year, they just couldn't use it all. Grat made as much bread with it as she could, but she wound up having to throw the lot out. So why not make beer? Yes, why not? Thank you. You know Tassing's salt mine. I need to find a way in. Any chance you could help me? To get into the salt mine, yes, you must be on quite the adventure. Ideally, we could rig up a double pulley system to lower and raise yourself in the shaft. But that might take a while. Well, I would like to go in today if possible. Of course, of course. Would a good length of rope suffice? You could brace against the wall of the mine shaft. Are you strong enough to support your own weight? Against the wall? I think so. Excellent! Thank you, Baltus. Of course, here you go. Do be careful though, make sure the ropes are secure. I will, until later. Good luck, Magdalene. Very good. Making progress. Wait, how do I get to the charcoal burners? On the way to the mines, good. Oh wait, it's the forest, isn't it? Not the meadow. Hey, Smokey. Good day, Mr. Drukrin. Miss Drukrin. I've told you, Smokey. Call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Only ancient gossip. I was wondering if you knew anything about the old pagan and Roman mines. The mines? Is this a new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out here as much anymore. Last I saw were those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot close to that place. Well, why are you so interested in over there? The mural in the rat house needs a section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mines are the oldest part of Tassing, and you keep keen ears, so I thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I do know a fair few stories about them and the other Roman ruins around here. The old stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner of Tassing. The one about Mars and Tassia. Tassia, the Roman nymph Tassing, was named after her spring, was the foundation of the town. Tassia, like Tassing. Mm-hmm. Folk named the town after a pagan god, a Roman one at that. I don't mind telling you the tale of Magdalene, but I warn you it's a bit, gaudy. Oh, count me curious. I won't be scandalizing you. Can't have your father hounding me for any coarseness. But I'll tell you decent bits of what I remember. Everyone excludes me from the fun. You'll have your fun in time, Magdalene. You just wait and see. Alright. So what's the story? Well, legends say that Mars was hunting in these woods and spied a fat boar for the taking. He just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off, and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he tramped over to the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. Why would the god be hunting in Tassing's forest? How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Besides, why should anything the gods do make sense? These were the old days when the spirits and ghosts prowled. What do you mean, prowled? Prowled, you know, like spirits and other evil things do. I can't just say they walked through the woods like you or me, they prowled. Alright, keep going. So, Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in a spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. And in return, well... Tassia bathed the god. I get it, they bathed. Yeah, I did warn you, Magdalene. When Mars left the pool, he dripped onto the ground and it blossomed with flowers and crops. They say that's why this valley is so fertile. We've been growing crops here for generations. People would want the reason for that, even if it was the gods. Whatever the reason, Tassing's been blessed with fertile ground for hundreds of years. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have these tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people to tell them. Of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. Well, we are part of the Holy Roman Empire. That we are, and not for a lack of trying. Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Roman days, at least that's what I make of it. The ruins go deep in the forest and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built on Roman stone. Take a walk around town and you'll start noticing things. We used their stone to build. The old temple by Satya's shrine has grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the Roman paved stones under the road if you look hard. It may not be Roman, but the town is. Tassing has been building up upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. That's the way of things. Most people don't notice the old stones, too busy in town to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Maybe I should go look at the mine. I'd get better sense of what things were actually like. Nah, nothing will stop you, I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there, eh? I'll let you know if I see anything. Thanks for your help. Good luck, Magdalene. Apollo? Hey, Magdalene. Hello, Apollo. What are you doing? Looking for frogs. Artemis says she saw one the other day and we're trying to collect a bunch. Frogs don't come out this time of year. How do you know? Artemis says she saw one. I read in a tale, frogs come out when it rains. We get rain in spring. Huh, maybe that's why I only have one. What do you need frogs for? Like I'll tell you, you'll snitch. I won't. Yeah, right, sorry Max, I'm not telling, you'll just have to wait and see. But ask Artemis, maybe she'll tell you. Fine, I'll go talk to your sister. Good luck, I guess. Thanks, Magdalene. Oh, hey, Magdalene, do you need something? I'm a little busy right now. I need you to show me how you and Apollo get in and out of the old salt mine. The mine? Damn, Magda, why do you need to get down there? I want to see what our forefathers and the Roman left behind is for the mural. The mural? You want to use our secret hideout for your mural? I want to see if they left anything down there I could use a reference. You're really into the whole rat house project, aren't you? Why should I show you how to get in? Because we're friends. You told my mother when I cut my hair so I didn't have to wear braids 5 years ago. I still hold that grudge. Look, I'll show you how to get into the mine on one condition. You help Apollo and me with our next prank. No telling, no snitching, no questions asked. Fine, tell me what you're up to. Father Thomas has been droning on about the plague of Egypt, right? Apollo and I are collecting frogs to hide in the tabernacle. When Father Thomas opens it on Sunday, frogs will go everywhere. I can't wait to see Father Thomas and you get away with it. He'll never expect to summon frogs, and his sermon on the Egyptian plagues is the perfect plan. So what do you want me to do? We stole the tabernacle key, but we need to put it back before he notices. I think there was a Till Eulenspiegel story like this. Huh? He stole a silver box from a priest during confession, then confessed to the priest that he stole a silver box. Yeah? He told the priest he wanted to give him a box that he stole. The priest said he couldn't accept stolen goods. So he stole a silver box and was absolved by the man he stole it from. So you're going to steal a silver box from Father Thomas? No, wait, what do you want me to do exactly? I need you to replace the key on the altar in the church. Paul and I would attract too much attention, but you're the town's goody-goody. I'm not that bad, am I? Well, not entirely. It's not our fault odds moons over you, but the council lets you get away with anything. Anyway, will you do it? I'll get you into the mine if you do. No thanks, I'll find some other way and I'm good. Ugh, fine, but if you snitch, you're in for it, Magdalene. Well, I already have a rope, so, you know. Should be a good enough way in. A pig? Out here? Must have broken out of its pen. I wonder who it belonged to. I don't. Right. Baltus gave me this rope to climb down, but it might take a while. Should I go now? You know what? I think we do have time to at least see what's in the mine shaft. We might stop, like, we might finish after that. Magdalene, you're supposed to secure the rope first. Okay, there we go. I thought. Convenient. There are a lot of different coins down here. How odd, it's not like this is a saint's well. Oh, a tablet, there's still writing on it. Too bad I don't read. Oh, it's a poem. I think it's a love note. Rising passion. I would have chucked this shit down a mine shaft too. Oh, this looks like a larger version of the Sum of Battle Baltus's contraptions. This winch must have been attached to some sort of hauling and pulley system. Fascinating. Oh, bones. They're far too big to be human. No horns. Looks like a mule to me. Maybe it hauled that winch. Poor creature dying down here. Oh, piece of pottery. It's beautiful. More pieces of pottery. Yet another pottery piece. Yet more pottery piece. Oh, a cave-in. The wood here looks newer than the first part of the mine. Was this collapse recent? More pottery. There's Latin inscription here. Too bad I don't read Latin. More pottery. Oh, this looks like a Roman map of Tassing. I wonder what's changed. Let's see if I can map everything out. There's the aqueduct and the spring, and the abbey was an old fort up the hill. Wait, what's this building? I don't recognize it. It's not in Tassing now, but something that big can't have disappeared. That's odd. Indeed. Another inscription. Not a very formal. A worker must have carved it. This almost looks like an altar, but what would an altar be doing in a salt mine? It's even carved out of the salt. Another piece. I wonder if they're all the same pot. Ooh. Oh, this must be the same kind of figurine still in the other farmers find in the fields. To think that there are so many remnants of our ancestors scattered in the fields and caves like this. Hey, this piece looks like it matches the other piece I found. We're gonna have a minigame assembling the pot, aren't we? Here's another piece. Wait, wasn't there supposed to be 3 caves? So this is the one we're just in. This is the one with that goes down with the mural and everything. Nope, maybe I was imagining things when I thought there were 3. I guess that's it for the mines. I'm not getting a prompt to do anything though, so maybe I missed something. Oh, there's more way down. Okay. Oh, another shard. A lot of these pottery pieces. I should find out if they're all from the same pot. And here we go, pottery assembly minigame. Well, let's start with the edge pieces, I guess. How do I let me let go? I don't want it. Oh, and I have to rotate too. You know what? One second. Right. Let's see what this spot is about. I want to put this back. So I don't think that's supposed to be there. That goes there. I need a head. Did this by any chance? I don't think that quite lines up, does it? Maybe it's here? Yep. Here maybe. Not quite. Yeah, not quite. There we go. Maybe it's this end. Like that. looks like it goes like that, I think. Maybe here. Then this goes not here. This goes right here. And then the body. The body! Right under here. This piece goes here because it's the hand. That's the part of the face. And you go like that. Got it! The figures on the potlet looks like they're telling a story. These paintings must depict an early myth even before the Romans. Let's see. This must be Perkta, and those must be the forest spirits, part of the wild hunt. Oh god, the next part looks like a human sacrifice. Someone, maybe a chieftain, is sacrificing a man to Perkta. The bottom half of the lid continues the story. These looks like spirits. They must be coming on to feast on the sacrifice. That must be how our ancestors tried to keep Tashing safe. They offered sacrifices to Perkta. This is part of our history, but I'm not sure that is the best story to portray. I'll have to think more about it before I decide for certain. Alright, I'd better keep going before I run out of oil in my lamp. More Latin. I wonder if the Milthrome was sort of a special temple. I don't recognize the word. Maybe that's the building I didn't recognize. I should see if I can learn more about it. I won't be able to go any further with all the rubble. I suppose this is as far as I can go. Still, the murals on the wall showed me what Tashing was like when the Romans were here. I wonder if I can find out where the Milthrome was, or what it is. And putting the pottery shards back together showed one of the earliest stories of Tashing. I think I've seen everything I can down here and my oil is running out. Time to climb back out. Well, that was interesting. Oh god. Wait, who's that? Hello, is someone there? I'd better get out of the shaft before another rock comes crashing down. Who was that? Even Apollo and Artemis would have helped me out there. Well, now that I have more information, I can make some decisions on the first section of the mural. I should get back to the rat house and get to work. Can that be later? Because I have to go. Right, let's just check that it auto-saved. Okay, good. So, I think that's where I'm gonna call it for today. Many progress, many revelations, many unfortunate ends, especially for our dear Andreas. I was hoping we'd get to play more as him, but, you know, still, this is interesting as well. And yet more murder mystery. Well, attempted murder in this case. Didn't actually succeed yet. But yeah, I think that's gonna be all for today. As always, thank you very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Hope it's been fun. And yeah, we'll continue this next time. Until then, though, I hope you have a nice rest of your day. If you still got some Sunday left, you lucky bastard. And I hope everybody has a nice week ahead. See you next time. Goodbye.